From downtown LA, it's the Lil Jolly Gamer Show. Boom shakalaka.
Another week done, and another podcast out. This is the Lil Jolly Gamer Show. Thank you so much for watching or listening.
Push it out.
If you are watching us on YouTube, please comment, like, subscribe. Helps us out a bunch.
Smash that subscribe button.
And if you listen to us on the RSS feed, somewhere, probably iTunes, give us a 5-star rating on your platform of choice. Helps us out a bunch. I'm Brandon.
I'm Jacob. I'm Steve.
And we are going to be talking about video games, because this is a video game podcast. Did you know that?
I thought this was a sports
Bro,
game.
the last 3 years. Mind grenade.
I thought this was sports.
This is episode 88. Today is the 29th of June. This month is coming to a close. 2018.
That's one more month done in summer.
You're right about that. And 1 month closer to Spider-Man. 1 month closer to Fallout 76.
1 month closer to No Man's Sky.
One
multiplayer.
1 month closer to dying.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Anyway.
Sorry, unrelated note. Is there an official date on that for No Man's, though? I've been thinking.
Oh, that's like July.
On death?
No, it's July.
What's Julie's birthday?
July 24th.
That day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I remember saying
That's how I remember.
Okay.
Cool.
So, anyway, sorry.
Everyone's doing fine? Steve,
Yeah.
you're kind of startling me with that
I'm
weird
just
death stuff. Are you okay? You need someone to talk
I'm
to?
just being edgy.
Okay. You forgot your fedora at home.
I forgot the fedora.
Jacob?
Destroy the children. Corrupt them all.
Jacob, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm a secret agent.
Okay.
I'm good.
And I'm doing fine, everyone.
We don't care. We don't care about you.
One day.
Let's start off the show the way we always do, talk about what video games we've been playing lately.
Yeah.
Anyone want to go first in particular?
Yeah, because it's something we can all chime in, and that's obvious.
I think we've all been playing.
Obviously.
I'm assuming you're talking about Fallout Shelter
Fallout
on the
Shelter,
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Fallout Shelter.
So for me personally,
The
I had
optimal way to play
Yes, I
Fallout
agree.
Shelter.
I agree, 100% agree. And it's not bad on the mobile, but anyways, no, there was a huge gap. I mean, literally, what was this? So Fallout 4's release was what?
2015.
2015. November.
So literally a chunk of 15, 3 years since I had uninstalled it from my phone and picked it back up. And there was a ton of things they added in that process. The Overseer's
Overseer's office, so you can do quests.
Well, I'm sending them on quests every chance I get. I just got some people back today, and right before the podcast, I fired up my Switch right here. If y'all are viewing it, and I sent my dudes on the quest.
It's a good breath of fresh air. I know we said it a lot on the podcast, but it is. It's because the old Fallout, the old formula was fun, but it was a lot of sitting. There's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of I've got everything where I want it.
I'm going to
turn
this
it off
and come back.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
whereas
it's still kind of like that.
Sorta. Yeah,
It's got a little bit more to it. Like if you kind of offset, if you upgrade your Overseer's office and you can send two
quests.
two
Yeah,
quest
upgrade.
people,
Sure.
two groups of people on quests. You can kind of offset them so you're playing some quests every now and again. And so maybe by the time these guys are finished, these guys are halfway back. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
they added the
And you can
quantums, they added the pets.
Yeah, they added the quantums and the pets. And stuff like that.
Quantums let you skip some of those
Skip
long
the
waits.
Yeah. You could go out. You could still go out on sending people out on adventures or whatever you call them in the wasteland. But when you do that, they might stumble upon a place and it acts just like a quest.
it prompts like a quest.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Just
I like
like a
that
quest.
addition. Yeah.
Yeah, totally caught me off guard one day. I turned it on. They're like, "Hey, this dweller that you sent out in the
Give them
wasteland,
like 30
3
stim
weeks,
packs, you're gonna find something. I'm sure if their luck skill's higher, they probably find.
They're gonna find a bunch of stuff on those quests.
I have a dweller, Gene Shalit, who looked just like Gene Shalit with the comedian outfit on, and he is a beast when he goes out in the wasteland. He's like level 30. In my vaults, I've only got like 27 people, so he's really high for where he's at.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
My
but
highest
yeah.
level's level 30 as well.
Oh, really?
Mine's
So,
38.
yeah. Geez, Steve's got a conglomerate underground.
Dude, I downloaded it the day after the Bethesda conference because I had to kind of recap on everything because I missed a lot of the conferences. And then as I rewatched the Bethesda conference, and they're like, "Hey, it's out for the Switch right now." So
I downloaded it that night or that morning.
Connected to the
before
RV.
we left because Bethesda was Sunday and we left Monday morning.
Ah, yeah.
Connected to the RV Corral's Wi-Fi and.
Well, we all saw the presser like we're talking about, and I went ahead. I kept spawning or respawning, recycling Nintendo store, and finally it was there. I downloaded it, and then I kind of let it sat, and then I went to Mississippi one weekend. I was like, all right, I'm going to pick up Breath of the Wild, kind of like I mentioned last cast.
Did you do it?
And I didn't because I didn't want to play it in handheld mode. I was like, I'll play Fallout while I'm here when I get back, and then I had the dock issue. And so I played a little bit last night. I picked it back up. I am enjoying it. I'm not going to go into detail about Breath right now. I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
I only played one day of it because my dock had a...
I will say this real
You had
quick.
a docking issue?
Yeah.
I will say this though before we move on. It is better in handheld mode. I find, and I'll talk about it whenever you bring it up.
Breath?
Yeah. In some ways. In some ways.
Okay.
In some ways, it's not. I'll
Okay.
explain.
I played Breath of the Wild exclusively in docked mode, almost.
I did
Whereas with Fallout Shelter, I play exclusively in handheld mode.
Same here.
And that's the last thing I'll end with this. I actually kind of enjoy it. Now I've gotten the controls down. I'll touch stuff, and I agree. I think it does play better, like the typical touchscreen. It moves quicker and smoother. You have to back out because if you zoom in on a vault, it zooms in on those characters, and you can cycle through them using the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to move to another vault, you have to hit B to back off of the.
And you'd like it on PS4 then.
But I kind of like that blown up, and I didn't realize how good a quality that game, for just as chibi as it looks, looks on a good
It's
high
pretty
def.
detailed in there.
Yeah. So I kind of enjoy playing it on the
I fired that
dock
baby up
mode.
on the dock too. I was pretty surprised myself.
But yeah, Fallout Shelter, nothing really new we can really talk about other than the little small things they added.
But that stuff been in there technically.
There's little workshops now. You can
that's right. You can craft guns. You can
craft
craft
outfits,
barbershop,
and upgrade them to get like legendary stuff.
Sure.
I upgraded the weapon shop all the way, but I don't have any materials.
I have hundreds of materials.
Yeah, that's
and
my problem.
I don't have the shops.
You can also get the what's it called? The themes.
Yeah.
For,
I haven't
your
unlocked
diner
any yet.
and your,
I'm like one away from the Minutemen
living
theme,
quarters.
which I don't want that. I'm just gonna throw that away.
Yeah,
or the Railroad. I just want the Brotherhood
I
one.
want the Institute one too.
Yeah,
The Institute's
Institute one. Looks cool.
But that's it.
I didn't even bother building the theme workshop until I'm getting a full one. I don't have a full one yet.
Yeah.
Doing like a pattern.
Yeah, same here.
I'm close to a full one.
I picked up ESO.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
I tried
Yes.
to pick up every.
I downloaded it as well, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna play this with you." And then we all just kind of were like, "Okay, this takes up too much space." on
Yeah,
our drive."
it's 102. It was 102 gigs.
I just want to be a werewolf and be that ultimate monster, and that werewolf is pretty beastly.
It is. The problem I have with ESO is it does a good job of bridging the gap of the Elder Scrolls universe on playing with your friends. But man, I really feel, and I know that even Skyrim now, it's kind of a dated game, even the high def version. I feel just like some of those combat animations are just clunky.
I think it has to be. Because
It never, even when it first came out, it didn't look very great.
Yeah.
Well, it's not so much the look; it's the animation. And I guess that's the look, the
You
presentation.
can go back and listen to whenever we played the beta. I don't remember what episode that was. That was a long
that was
time
like when we
ago.
first started the
Way
cast.
back in
Yeah,
It was like 27 or
Yeah, it was
something.
like in the 20s.
But,
we talked about it there. I don't think we said it looked very great either.
I think the first time I played it was PC. I think
I did
we
too.
all
I played on PC,
first.
yeah, and then it kind of went through a year hiatus and then came on the PlayStation.
The issue, I mean, I kind of expected it to be like a half-rate Skyrim compared to Skyrim because I guess it's got to be difficult to translate what you do on Elder Scrolls to an MMO because I mean, look at just about every MMO before that. It's all auto attack, auto attack based. EverQuest, World of Warcraft, Star Wars, The Old Republic, so all of them are a lot auto attack based, and I was kind of impressed with how well they were able to translate it. It is very clunky compared to other Elder Scrolls games, but I mean, I guess that's the drawback to having it as a MMO.
Sure. Well, see, and this is I'm gonna finish up with one more thing I've been playing. I'll pick back up again after this, and I won't spend a lot of time on it, but it's gonna go into what I'm talking about with this.
Right.
So, what ESO still does well is what Bethesda does good, is they do good at They do a great job of storytelling. My tongue went.
Are you okay?
Yeah, bro. My brain went.
We were all talking about me. We were all talking about me.
I thought you were having a stroke, man. You're alright.
Yeah, I'm good. No, Bethesda does a good job of storytelling. And so the side quests, even as some of them are kind of dull, there are some in there that are pretty interesting. Like the one with the orcs where you went back in time and you played as an orc that was killing the Bretons and stuff, and you find out. So they do a good job at that.
Bastards.
And that's the Dumbledore.
Dumbledore is recruiting the bastards.
But when it comes down to it, you have your presentation, and you have your lore and everything. You have your Luca barking here, and you have other things there. But when it comes down to the meat and potatoes of the game is your skills and your animations. To me, because that's all you're gonna be looking at, really. And it just does it kind of clunky. So I picked up the Warden class.
Skills are fun, but there's so many to choose from. Like,
Yeah, I know,
whenever
right?
you start.
Oh yeah, and yes,
I forgot how in depth that
Like,
was.
I went like the dual wield, all the dual wield skills, and you had like one hand skills.
bows,
and
one hand stabs, healing stabs, destruction stabs.
Whenever I picked it back up, I was like, just class skills. But then I started looking at all the skills. I was like, wow, this is kind of overwhelming.
Racial
skills that you could train.
Crafting
Crafting
skills.
skills.
The orc skills are so great.
Weapon skills. And you know what I
Yeah.
really like about Elder Scrolls that sets it apart from most other ones is that you get certain abilities from training weapon skills.
Yes.
I like that.
The more
a
you
lot.
play with that weapon.
Also, I can
a
make my
lot.
armor look however I want it to look.
Exactly.
Now they added that. Last I played ESO.
You saw my guy look like a samurai.
No, he was sick looking. I was pretty impressed. So they added transmogging now. So you used to not couldn't do that. You could color your uniform and your outfit,
As long
but
as you have
if
the
I was
style
wearing
unlocked.
as long as you have the style unlocked, so I could be a medium armor willing rogue because I get the benefits for having the medium armor.
You can make
but
it
I can make it look like I'm wearing.
Yeah.
You can make it look like anything. You can
Yeah.
be wearing a
That's
robe
really cool.
and make it look like you're wearing a heavy set of armor.
That's
Yes,
really cool.
absolutely.
I like that a lot.
So that's really good.
It only costs
man.
it only costs gold to do it.
Let me tell y'all my story about getting in ESO real quick. I completely forgot the controls and everything. So I'm like trying to figure it out, everything. So I decided to make, first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to make an orc because I haven't had an orc yet. So I made an orc and it was so cool. It was the coolest looking orc. Guess what I did? He was part of the Aldermead Dominion.
Why'd you do that? You were a fish out of water.
I thought I picked.
He pulled a
I thought I picked the Daggerfall.
he pulled a Bill Paxton the Frog is what he
I
did.
was going there.
I
but
thought I
couldn't.
picked
You
a
catch it.
That's what he did.
Daggerfall.
You remember that time, Steve? Whenever I wanted to make
How
that
could I
one
forget?
character on that EverQuest
How
game,
could I forget?
and I wanted to be a frog Death Knight named
The funny
Bill
thing is-
Paxton, and you made him a wizard, and he looked stupid.
The funny thing is that Brian really doesn't care.
And
He'll
you
never let me live it down.
wasted my EverQuest token or whatever.
You
it was
ruined
called.
it.
You ruined it.
You ruined
But
everything.
anyway, I digress. So finally, I had about
Paxton.
enough of going
Rest in
through.
peace.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a Nord. I'll make a Nord. I'm gonna do what's theirs again? Ebonheart Pack. I'm gonna do Ebonheart Pack because I played a lot on the Daggerfall.
quest line's pretty fun.
Daggerfall.
That's where I'm at right
So I
now.
wanted to try it. First thing my character does, as soon as he walks out, he's a Templar. He's got holy powers. Shoots this big, beautiful, holy light into the guard. Bounty up. Shoot. I did not want to do that. So I'm like frantically running around like, oh god, how do I pick up my sword?
Who else
I'm
but
just-
Steve?
I'm just making
Put the Looney Tunes bubble around him right now.
I'm literally making things worse. I'm just throwing light bolts at people, like at the townsfolk, and I'm like, no, stop doing that. And I'm trying to put my weapons away to be, because in other Elder Scrolls, it's like pick up your weapons and they'll forgive you sometimes. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that. No, it
No.
made everything worse.
They kill you until you die from it.
But yeah, Elder Scrolls. That's my experience.
Wow.
But I'll end with I picked up a Warden. A Warden's fun that came out with the Morrowind pack. So
How
if you
was
had
that?
enough
Yeah.
coins, you could actually buy the Warden class without having to purchase Morrowind DLC.
Coins like
crown
crowns.
coins.
Oh, okay.
I had like 700 left, I guess, from last time because I had a premium
Gotcha.
pass for a while when I was
Gotcha.
playing. Anyways, fun. You have a bear pet, but it's just done again. I go back to that word, clunky. Like, and I hate to use World of
The
Warcraft,
whole
but
game is clunky.
other games have pets that do a really good job where you can send the
It's
pet
still,
in.
I still think it'd be fun if we all played together, but I just think you're
But
right.
with the Warden, so your ultimate for the pet path is the bear, but the bear stays alive and stays with you. Well, I did so much damage to stuff from afar. By the time he was like, "I'm going to help." Oh, it's dead. I'm going to help. Oh, it's
So,
dead.
but,
He
like,
just sat by me the whole
So
time.
the bear thing is part of your class, but the bow thing is because you chose a bow.
Yeah, I want to be a ranger.
So
be like
maybe like
Connor from
maybe
Warlock.
maybe when you're killing ads, it's pretty boring, but probably in dungeons.
Now,
Yeah,
you
probably,
probably-
that's
that bear
the
probably
aspect I
come
haven't
handy.
touched. So I
And-
went back and made a warrior
Right.
class. I made a sword and shield, and I went because they have
I'm a
healing.
Night
animals.
Blade or whatever.
Yeah, your Nightblade,
Yeah.
the rogue class, and they have an ice
okay.
class, so they're kind of like an ice DK tank sort of. So that was
I
really
love
fun,
that.
and that's what I was playing
pretty
before I stopped, set it
I
down.
kind of wish that they,
Which one was that?
The Warden,
Oh, okay.
the Warden. So I did some research, and the generic tank to have in Elder Scrolls is what Steve
Dragon
played,
Knight,
Dragon
isn't
Knight,
it?
because they just have pulls, they have buffs that buff the party and protect themselves. They just have the standard skill set. But with the Warden, everybody was saying it was really fun because it's kind of like AoE tanking because your ice defends you, protects you, and does a lot of damage slow over time with it.
Nightblades have like siphons and
believe it or not, people were talking about Nightblade tanks. I didn't know how you could do that. Or sword tanks.
My dude has heavy armor.
Weird. I've never heard that.
My dude has heavy armor.
Sorcerer tanks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can make whatever you want. Remember? We talked about this in our when we played the beta.
Yeah, you can make any combo.
We were like, you can make whatever you want.
Sure.
You can make a DPS, I don't know, turd.
I kind of wish they had a melee, like a strictly melee centered that had no special abilities, that like you can just be like a warrior or something. And I wish that what they do is instead of giving you like specific class skills like Dragon Knight or something like that, they give you like a bonus to weapon abilities or something.
Just a regular berserker.
Well, that's what your skills are for your regular weapons, though. So you just spend your points in that.
Yeah, but anyways, ESO. I didn't put on the chopping block yet because I actually had space to put the game I'm about to talk about in, and I'll end with this. So I brought back that really cheap game. There's a reason I did it. Terra Online. I got rid of it.
That's so weird because I was listening to an episode, or was it the Christmas episode?
Yeah, it was.
I was listening to that one,
and I was talking
about this game.
The animations were great. So the opposite of what ESO has.
Everything else
but
sucks.
Everything else that ESO is great with.
I remember we said
Terra sucks with.
We said, oh, it's like I got a steak dinner, and the steak was all right, and everything else sucks.
Exactly.
And the steak is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Yeah. I literally listened to this today.
Yeah. Well, so all the other classes make up for it. By the end of the day, it's just not enough pool since there's not enough meat and potatoes, like you're saying, or the potatoes part of the game.
I mean, the ones that are burnt.
Yeah, yeah. So they brought in a class that
undercooked.
Undercooked
Crunchy
is not an explanation. Is not a good analogy for it. They brought a class in that wasn't there from the start on the console. It was from the PC, and that's the Gunner class. So it's basically you carry this huge, big like minigun, and they have a lot of cool skills. They can go like mode. They jump up in the air and they charge the cannon and go boom and shoot the
cool.
So it's a fun class, and it's
not fantasy race or fantasy game.
No, it's a fantasy game.
Terra, is that what it's called?
Terra Online.
Very, very heavily Korean.
Yeah.
Scantily clad. The guys are even kind of, so snooty. But cool game. I don't much more to talk about it, so I'm gonna get a little more depth into it and see if I stick it around or axe it or not. We'll see. So that's all for me. Sorry, I don't spend a lot of time on ESO.
Right on.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Fallout Shelter like you guys. And I actually got some new games.
Sorry.
I had a $20 gift card for Steam. It's been sitting around, and something went on sale that I wanted to pick up. So I bought it. It was $15, and I also bought 2 other little games. I bought Kane Lynch.
I saw you play that.
1 and 2 for like 50 cents each. So I was like, why not?
Bro, that summer sale is ridiculous.
I was like, why not? I mean, that game's worth 50 cents. I would pay no more than $2 for it.
It was 50 cents.
It was 50 cents.
Game on sale for 50 cents.
I couldn't help. But the other game I bought that was $15 was My Time at Portia or Portia. Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
I was gonna play it and let you see.
All right, I'm excited. Yeah.
So I played not very long. I played like maybe 2 hours in this game.
Okay.
It's basically 3D Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. Yeah.
But it's how do I say this? The quality that you expect from Stardew is not in this game. So, and when I say that, I'm not saying
like
this
the
is a bad
in-depth
game.
social experiences.
Like they have that. They have that. Like you can go to people, you can talk to people, you can spar with people, you can give people gifts, you can just talk to them. There's relationship points, but like what I'm trying to get at is like I think I've met almost all the people in the town, and I don't remember a single one of them. Like
there's not interesting.
They're all just kind of like
there's not charms not there.
Yeah, like. Whenever you see, like, hey, you need to go talk to Abigail, and Stardew, you're like, oh yeah, who's Abigail? Oh yeah, it's a weird chick with the purple hair. You know, yeah. And you know how to find them. But the town, I still haven't found out. Like, the town's a lot bigger. The fact that it's in 3D makes it a little bit harder to keep track of where everything is. So you really have to start learning all this stuff.
That makes sense.
It's really exactly like Stardew. You got health, you've got stamina, you run out of stamina, you got to eat food to refill it. Yeah. You only have so much per day.
Sorry, that game you said 3D, is it not like top down 3D, it's more like
it's like, and just like Mario Odyssey, like behind the back, the camera follows you. You have like you can do mining, you can do farming. But the cool thing is like they don't really tell you you're a farmer. They're like, hey, this is your workshop, you name it. And your workshop, you just do what you want. So, like, you just take these commissions and you build things and people pay you for them.
Okay.
And to build the certain things, so you get this work table. So, say you want to build a furnace. To build the furnace, you have to build the little tub that holds the water, and you have to build, like, the little, like, kiln type thing. And so, to do that, it's like, oh, you need 10 pieces of wood. So, you take the wood to the table, and you have to, like, click on the actual little tub piece, and then it makes it. You have to build it piece by piece, and, like, you have to actually go, like, to a separate workbench, or there's a workbench, and then there's like the table. I forget the terminology for it, but like you go over here, and it's like, okay, you can make copper pipes, and you can make like a stone stool. You need that. It's like, you make all these different components out of different raw materials and put them into these things and build. And once they're done, you just kind of take the furnace wherever you want and put it wherever you want.
Nice.
So like the first thing I did is I built like 2 furnaces and I started smelting things. And so I looked at my crafting book, which I only have like chapter 1 unlocked of that book.
Yeah.
I'm looking through, and you can build all sorts of stuff like
so the crafting sounds like it's a lot more in depth. Obviously.
Oh yeah, you can build a vehicle. Like, yeah, you get to like build like a combustion engine and like pipes and stuff. It's way more in depth with the crafting than Stardew is.
It's more Minecrafty heavy.
But like I went to the first like ruins I can go spelunking in to go check everything out, and it was just like this empty cave, and I was like, what do I do? Like, where's my like
sense of exploration?
Yeah, well, I was like, where's my like? There's the ore sticking out, and it turns out you just kind of start picking at the wall, and you just kind of start breaking through the wall, and you kind of start digging tunnels and stuff, and like these little goggles that show you where certain relics are. You have to dig your way to them. I haven't found any relics yet.
That's kind of interesting.
And as you're hitting those walls, you're just constantly getting like rocks and tin and copper.
No, that's cool.
And
I like that.
You get all kinds of stuff, and like you get to use.
It's literally like Minecraft.
And you get to use like if you want to make bronze, you can't just get bronze ore. You have to like.
You have to get copper. You have to get iron.
Tin, copper, and stuff. You have to do all this different stuff. Yeah, you have to do all this different stuff to get certain components, and I haven't even scratched the surface of it. But there's combat. You get a little jetpack when you're in the mine, so you can like float around. It's like if you start digging too deep, you just go and get back out.
That's cool.
I played it with mouse and keyboard. That's the kind of optimal way, and I also played it with a controller. It takes a little getting used to, but I'm trying to use like Stardew controls, and it's not working right. You get to customize your character, and one of the coolest parts is like the armor sets and stuff look really cool. Like you get armor sets, you can make weapons. You make all your own stuff.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is like I tried to jump into some water, you can't swim, so it just kind of resets you on land. Right now, like
that's okay.
Like I'm literally not very far in this game. Like when I say I played 2 hours of it, I was just kind of like farting around. I was just picking up resources and stuff. I finally made like an axe so I can cut down trees and get wood. And you get more things like fibers. There's so much crafting stuff.
Do you elaborate on your house?
The first thing I did was like all the floors were messed up. I had to repair all the floors because my guy wasn't sleeping very well at night. I think you can build furniture and stuff and put in there as well. I haven't got that far.
Yeah.
I've got to the point to where like, hey, you built your first commission, thanks. Now here's your first real job. I need you to go fix the bridge over there. And to do that, it's like, okay, I need to build like the actual like base of the bridge part first. I have to like do my work table, build a base, then I have to build 2 headers and go like plant them down.
This sounds like my game.
It is. Now my biggest complaint so far about it is when I see that quality control, the music is okay.
I mean
the music is it's not bad. It's just not good. It can get a little annoying.
I can see that.
There's voice acting. Voice acting's okay. It's not bad. It's just not good. It's just kind of like. It's not the quality of something you'd expect, you know?
You almost kind of wish they didn't have voice acting, had the bars kind of like Stardew, where you could kind of make up your own. Kind of like that thing we talked about with Link and
Zelda and your character even talks, too. And you get to pick a voice. And, you get to completely customize your character.
Sure.
But that's all I really have to say about it now. I really haven't put much time into it, but I can foresee...
I'm waiting for this.
Unfortunately, my computer, believe it or not, kind of chugs with that game. Because, of course, my computer's almost 10 years old, and so that doesn't help.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm waiting for it on the Switch. Excuse me.
But, I had to turn some of the graphic settings down because it's just very large.
Sure.
And those mines are kind of procedurally generated.
Okay.
And I think once I start getting all these different like certificates for commissions and stuff, and I start leveling up. By the way, you level up with actual levels and experience points. I think once I start doing that, it starts unlocking different areas of the island. Of course, with building bridges, and I'm accessing the different areas. And there's some ruins I went to.
I need this game.
It's like this is the second ruin that you can go into, but you can't go in there yet because it's under inspection. And so I think once I get to a certain point,
you get to a certain level and progression. Yeah.
As you level up, you get skill points. You got skill trees. You've got social skill tree, combat skill tree, like just your basic skill tree, like
crafting skill.
Stuff like that, gathering and stuff. And I think you can kind of, if you really want to, you can do things with animals as far as like you can be a rancher and you can.
That's kind of cool. You can kind of choose what type of farming.
I haven't seen like exactly how much like land I have to do all this stuff, but I think once you decide what you want to do, it's like you start building your planter boxes and you start planting things in them and you start reaping what you sow. And I'm not quite sure how you make money yet, other than going to the store and just selling certain things to people. I'm not sure if there's like a drop box like Stardew where you just kind of put everything you do in the box.
Right.
But I think if you have your commissions, you take it to the people who you commission them for, and they pay you a butt ton of money. That's where all like the bulk of your money is going to come from. So far, from what I can tell.
Doing jobs.
Yeah, doing commissions and stuff.
God, I need this
someone might be like, "Hey,
man.
I need 3 saw tables," and those saw tables aren't quite as easy to make as you think they are. It's not just like you need wood, stone. You click the button, poof. It's like, okay, copper takes like game time to smelt. So if it says 1 day, not like real time, game time. So if it says like if it says 1.5 days,
I was like, ooh, you're losing me.
You got to go explore for 1.5 in-game days, or you can go, or you set your stuff at night to smelt.
It's got that priority. Do what you need to do. Take care of from Stardew.
Yeah,
which is good. I like that.
Yeah. So, there's it's a lot to take in right now. Like I'm a little overwhelmed, so I don't want to speak too much on it. But it's fun.
No, that's good because I was curious because I didn't, like you said, I was hoping it looks cool on the surface when we first saw it and you brought it up.
It's a little corny, a little kiddie, but whatever.
Okay. Yeah. It's okay. I'm alright with that. But I didn't know if it was going to be cheap. I didn't want it to feel cheap and lacking in depth. And it sounds like it's definitely got the in depth.
Yeah, like character movement is not like the best.
I play Portal Knights, man.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it's I recommend it so far. I think it's your kind of game for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's only $15. So.
Ooh, I'm waiting for that Switch fuel, man. I need that game.
If it comes out on Switch, I would easily buy it again. It's supposed to be. It
just it's an enigma of when.
Well, it's an early access game, and who knows? They have to optimize it for all these different systems. That's going to take a long time.
Yeah, it'll never come out.
Yeah. Who knows? But it's really fun, and also I've been playing a little bit of Kane and Lynch. Yes, Kane and Lynch 1 was basically a follow-up to Freedom Fighters, or was supposed to be. And so basically think heist game with Freedom Fighters like group controls, which I don't think either of you have played Freedom Fighters
No, you've played enough though.
I've never played any of them.
It's a great game. Basically, it has really great squad commands and stuff, and it was supposed to be like that. And if you take Freedom Fighters and make a heist game out of it, it should be like peanut butter and chocolate, but unfortunately I think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But it is co-op, it's fun. I do like the heist in it. It's just the characters are a little weird, I guess.
Yeah.
Lynch is the guy with the long hair. He blacks out, goes crazy, and makes things worse for Kane. Kane is just like this bank robber who's just really a bad guy.
So Michael and Trevor.
Yeah, I'd say, but it's still, I'm enjoying it. It's fun, and for 50 cents, I really can't complain. And then,
no, I just don't feel like I spent my money well. I don't.
I'm kind of looking forward to.
It's just not worth the money I paid.
I need to play Kane Lynch 2 again, because that's the first game to ever give me a serious headache after playing, because it has this really unique presentation where it looks like it's all recorded on a cell phone, like a flip phone.
Yeah.
It's like when you're moving, it's kind of the camera's moving.
It
looks like found footage. Like it shows like the little timer and everything. It's a really cool idea. It's just like whenever you're playing and you're moving a lot,
it's hard to focus.
It hurts your brain.
Yeah.
That's kind of like when you play a VR game for way too long and you get vertigo, except not quite that bad. But yeah, that's all I've really been playing.
Okay.
That's noteworthy. I've been playing some like Call of Duty Zombies with that free Black Ops 3, but I don't really care to talk about that right now.
You only get one map pack. I'm probably going to delete it.
Not one map pack. You get
one. I'm sorry, one map.
One map.
Excuse me. One map.
But anyway, anyone else been playing anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we didn't talk about this during the podcast.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Brandon gave me, let me borrow God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Game of the year.
So how you feel about it so far?
Easily. So far.
So far.
Game of the year.
So far.
Game of the
So
year.
got Spider and Red.
We still got Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption.
I mean,
I don't think Fallout 76 is going to be Game of the
I
Year
think it is.
material, but I think it's going to be good.
I kind of wanted to do a separate take and go in depth with my experience. That way, we didn't have to spend too much time during the podcast doing that.
Yeah, we kind of
But
covered a lot of God of War.
But I'm gonna just tell you this much though. I was very impressed with everything. Combat, fluid, story, magnificent. Side quests, you know, they didn't really have very many side quests in the previous ones, did they?
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
exactly. So, you know, to see that, you know, they revived the God of War franchise, because you see a lot of times people are worried about reviving old franchises, like, oh, it's gonna be bad now, but I mean, like, God of War is back, baby.
Spoiler alert for God of War. Continue. No, that's it?
Yes.
I was gonna say, did you?
No, because I kind of want to do a I was gonna get with you and see if we could do like a separate video or something, so that I can go in depth with it.
Okay, sure.
Like I know y'all did it in the podcast and y'all had separate takes, but I figured, you know, rather than make this another podcast episode.
Yeah, because we kind of covered for 2 weeks almost. We talked about God of War.
Yeah, you'll get
weeks.
more from me. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to.
But I gotta say, love it.
In your in-depth take on
10 out of 10,
because the field trip on that game is just.
Ooh, it's a field trip.
It's good.
It is a field trip.
Yep.
Let's jump into news real quick. We only have 3 news stories to talk about, and then if we have time, Jacob has a little special topic for us to talk about. So let's jump into the news.
Gaming news.
So let's start off with a little unfortunate news.
This
Friday the
Now
13th. So that Friday the 13th game that I also love.
Yeah. You're rooting for that poor game.
It's not being discontinued. It's just because of legal stuff. Basically, Steve, long story short, there's 2 people fighting over the rights to the IP.
Right. The original, like the person who wrote the very first Friday the 13th is claiming that he has ownership. And then the company is fighting him for ownership. And because that's an ongoing legal battle, it puts the developer in a very precarious spot, because if they start producing things, because chances are he's going to have to pay them royalties for the use if it winds up being a new owner, you know.
Yeah. Because the guy who gave him the license was like, yeah, sure.
The guy or the company or whoever granted the license, you know.
It's really unfortunate. Some guys just got to be a money hungry prick, pretty much. But yeah, Friday the 13th is a good game. It's still gonna be available.
Right, they're just not even producing any new content.
They're all the new content that was coming out. Jason X, Uber Jason, the spaceship map, all that stuff.
Oh, there's gonna be a spaceship map.
The game itself,
the Grindel, the Grindel spaceship.
The game itself is protected because whether or not, it doesn't matter who's the owner. The developer believed that the person who gave them the rights to make this game validly had the rights.
Yeah.
So game is fine. The game, it's not like you're going to be in danger of losing the game. It's not like they have to rip it off the servers. The only thing is that they're probably, if the writer winds up winning this lawsuit, then nothing new will be able to be created because he'll be the owner of the intellectual property and he can revoke those rights at will. So.
Yeah,
Shame.
It's a little unfortunate, but they said the last thing they're going to do is put out dedicated servers and just run them. I would like, once those dedicated servers come out, to play the game again.
Back in.
But it's really unfortunate
What a
because
shame.
I really wanted all that new content, and I'm
Jason X is my favorite one.
I'm a huge fan of these games, of this game and these movies, and you can go back all the way to whenever I went to PAX South and I met the team and all that stuff. And
you were rooting for him too.
Yeah, I'm still rooting for him. I just think it's unfortunate. I hope this guy loses.
I hope
and they get to continue this game because
me too.
I love this game and I love that team.
I hope they don't give up right away.
Oh, sorry.
Even if he wins, like I hope that maybe they bring the old boy.
I think what they're going to do
table and they try to work something out. With
I think what they're going to do is if I think they don't want to keep making stuff, not only because they don't want to get in trouble for anything, but they probably don't want to work under that guy because he's probably just going to make something.
Oh, absolutely.
But
he's probably gonna charge him royalties.
Yeah,
out the butt.
Speaking of lawsuits, Bethesda is suing WB because they put out a Westworld game. or WB Games put out a
Westworld game. Yeah.
That is pretty much Fallout Shelter. It's pretty much the same exact code and everything. And here's the funny thing: is that Bethesda knows, like they know they're saying it's a blatant ripoff, and that's why they're suing because they just ripped off their game. And if you go look at screenshots side by side, they look extremely similar. The Westworld game actually looks like it has a little bit more to it than Fallout Shelter does. I mean, that's unfortunate. But the reason they know it's the same code, it's literally the same code. And I think are they suing the people who helped them develop Fallout Shelter? I can't remember who. I don't know the full story, but Bethesda's suing these people because they know the code is theirs because before they released their own code, they were testing and they found this bug and they knew how to always exploit that bug. They exploited that bug in Westworld's game.
Wow.
They're like, this is our code.
Wow.
And so that's why they're suing.
It's like those memes that you see where it's like, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just make sure it's different though.
Yes, that's literally what happened there.
Now, do keep in mind though that you do have games like PUBG, Daisy that are running off of the same engine as other engines that are technically legal. I don't see that being the case in this instance, but I guess it's good to bring up just in case they find a leg to stand on right there. I think
this is Bethesda and whoever helped them co-create that. I think it's their their engine. I don't think they were licensing anyone else to use it.
Yeah,
right.
And
that's the argument.
And I think they might be also suing the people who helped them make Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, because they could have brought out the secrets.
I think they may have given that to WB. Yeah. I don't know the full story. You had to look it up. But pretty interesting. I wasn't going to play that Westworld game anyway. But
no.
Last news story.
Why couldn't they just make it on their own engine? I mean, that can't be that difficult of an engine to use, but whatever. I mean, it's that difficult of a game to make on a separate engine, but whatever.
This next one's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Hammond is the new character coming to
Is
Overwatch.
Is he Hammond or is he going to be Wrecking Ball?
His name is Hammond. The hamster's name is Hammond.
But they call him Wrecking Ball.
The character's called Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, Wrecking Ball.
So Hammond is a hamster who was in the same facility as Winston the gorilla.
The lunar colony.
When Winston fell at Gibraltar, Hammond fell to Junkertown.
Outside of it. Yeah.
And he rigged up his escape pod with all kinds of cool mech stuff. So he's got a little junk mech that he drives around. And he became the Junker Queen's champion.
His inside view is he's got a joystick and a rollerball.
He's got a tracking
his
ball.
His little hamster claw fingers.
And he looks pretty crazy. He reminds me of that thing from The Incredibles 1 with talking about The Incredibles.
Oh, you're talking about the robot
things?
Yeah. Syndrome used.
Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of.
I see.
He looks cool. We always talk to one other animal character, and they said,
sure.
Everyone's like, oh, is he going to talk? And then they were like, no, that'd be ridiculous.
No, Winston's a gorilla. He's got advanced, capacity.
But his mech has communication devices.
Sure.
So
he can communicate with the mech.
Yeah, through the mech he can understand and also speak.
That's fine. I mean, there's so many times that we've talked about how are they getting away with this in Overwatch, and we're like, there's literally a talking space monkey with a lightning gun.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
and then old girl Tracer has a medical diagnosis of temporal displacement.
Yeah.
If she sneezes, does she go back in time?
Yeah.
Not without that displacer or whatever the thing's called.
Which Winston made.
Yeah, he looks really cool. He's a tank. He's a 3-star difficulty tank.
I think he's gonna play more like a diva, kind of a in your face, annoy you.
Well, the coolest part is his adaptive shield. If you just drop down and you're surrounded by 5 bad guys, you hit that shield, and then the more people that are around you, you get more armor.
Yeah.
So it really encourages you to get in
Nice.
there.
I like that a lot.
He's got another move where he turns into a ball. His little hamster ball. He starts rolling around. And he's got a grappling hook that he can shoot out of that ball and then swing up to like higher levels.
That's unlike anything we've seen mechanic in this game.
And while he's in the air, you can hit.
Build up momentum.
I believe it's crouch, and he'll shoot back down and hit him with.
Don't get ready for those memes.
With devastating damage, and he has this little quad gun. So
Yeah.
it's like
they've got 80%.
It's
80
like
ammo.
It's like Diva, except it's
not infinite.
it's not infinite.
Yeah,
right.
he's not. Diva is limited by her movement, but she's got infinite ammo. He's got only 80 rounds.
But he can't.
And his are more precise as opposed to
at least
burst.
they look like it.
She's got the burst, like kind of like a revolver, like Gatling gun, shotgun.
Yeah,
blast,
yeah.
But he's got
his are
shot,
precise. I really honestly think he's. I say diva. That's really a bad analogy. I think honestly he's going to be playing more like a Roadhog, where he's a disruption tank because he doesn't really have anything. He's got a
He's
shield.
probably going to be a mix of both.
Well, he's a hybrid.
He's got a shield that protects himself. He doesn't have a shield because diva's technically got a shield that can protect you. Because if you get behind me, now technically if you got behind him and you put a shield up, but
really
like Diva can really deflect.
that.
Zarya can really defend because she can throw a shield on you. Of course, you got Reinhardt, but like he feels like more like a Roadhog, where Roadhog really can't protect you, but he can annoy the heck out of people, pull people away from you.
He's once he gets his ultimate, which is a minefield.
That's where it cashes in.
Yeah, that's disruption 101.
And they stay there.
They stay there, yeah. And so, I mean, you can see him from pretty far. I think you might be able to shoot him and take him out.
Probably,
But like,
sure.
if you just round a corner, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But he looks like a lot of fun. I unfortunately uninstalled Overwatch.
It'll come back
because I am butthurt about my skin packs or whatever.
I understand.
I don't like gambling, and that game, I don't like that.
The only reason I got rid of it is because everybody else got rid of it. So
I still have
I don't
it.
like playing. Oh, do you? I thought you got rid of it.
I had
Your
to
poor
delete
hard
it
drive
and
has been like.
I had to delete
I may
it and
re-download
re-download
it.
it because for some reason it won't download the update, even though I have plenty of space for it. It just refuses to update.
I may re-download it, but not anytime soon.
I am. As soon as he drops, I'll bring it back up. I was having fun.
But anyway,
I enjoy Overwatch too much to delete it.
yeah, I think we're
really
going.
like that.
I think we're going pretty. We can do this little extra
Sure.
main topic for the first time in a long time. We're gonna have a main topic today.
Yeah, I miss main topics, man.
Let's do a commercial break real quick,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about. Jacob's got something he wants to talk about.
You are witnessing a new technology. The first and only game powered by the Super FX microchip.
Danger, 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 danger.
Why go to the next level when you can go light years beyond? You are Foxy Cloud in Star Fox, only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
That was a great commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we had a commercial break.
Yeah,
So
Commercial break?
breaking my
it has. I was
Yeah.
like, we do commercial breaks all the
breaking
time.
my routine here. But anyway, Jacob,
I'm sorry, did I break your concentration?
What kind of commercial
Jacob,
is it,
what,
Brian?
I don't know, probably some Fallout related.
Fallout related. So I've been fangirling over two games, Cyberpunk, something beside the point, and then Fallout. And so this week, kind of doing a little research, more so than I do. I usually don't do a lot of video looking. That's kind of you guys' area of expertise. So I really been digging in and getting some
into the
research.
YouTube hole.
Yeah, the YouTube hole, trying to figure out. There's some bad videos out there, some good ones. Either ways, but a lot of what I like to do is I like to read the comments because I like to kind of get a perspective of the gamers, not so much one YouTuber's opinion,
Yeah.
which is usually what it is. Like,
Usually I'm the opposite. I don't really care what anyone
well,
says.
it's toxic. Don't get me wrong,
Oh,
but I
yeah,
like
it's
to
bad.
know what the community thinks a little bit, and not saying the commenters
This
are
game
the community,
suck.
but a lot of people are really kind of butthurt. Let's say Fallout fangirls. All right,
fanboys,
fanboys, fangirls are really kind of upset that it's going multiplayer. So the point I want to make would be, do you guys see this? Now, obviously, we're all Bethesda fans, so I think our opinion's probably going to be set in stone already. No. But I just wanted to kind of talk it out, because I do get to see where these guys are coming from. So a lot of people love the story about Fallout, and all the Fallouts have good stories, albeit probably one's better than the other.
I have a great answer to this. So your question basically is...
Well, I have two questions, but this is
Okay.
the first part. Go ahead.
No, you say it.
Go ahead.
Is that...
This is your
No, what were you going to say? Sorry.
How do I feel about this being multiplayer?
Sure.
So, the new Fallout being multiplayer, whereas usually they offset, like when Fallout 3 came out, Fallout New Vegas came out, kind of like a couple years later, or maybe a year and a half later, and it was like its own game. It was basically like a giant expansion pack. So, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not mad about it at all. I would like to see them bring that Fallout 4 engine and kind of correct a lot of the crap that they screwed up with 4 and bring it to a better location, because Boston was a little boring. I mean, I loved how colorful it was. I think they did a good job rendering that environment. But let's be honest, Boston's kind of flat and it's kind of boring. There's not much going on with
West
it.
Virginia's going to be very...
It's very hilly. There's going to be a lot of vegetation and stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm happy about that.
Sure.
I'm probably gonna miss some of the things about Fallout 4's or Fallout in general, Fallout single player.
Sure.
I'm gonna miss some of the things that single player can provide as far as like quest lines and especially with New Vegas, how like your choice really matters here. Do you want to go with the NCR? Do you want to go with the Legion? Do you want to be alone? That's gonna be kind of gone. But at the same time, I would be more upset if how's the best way to say this? Fallout 4 has a lot of stuff in it, mainly the settlement builder and collecting the junk with the components and all that. All that stuff is really good for a survival multiplayer game. If it didn't have any of that, I'd feel a little bit more like I was like, hey, it's a Fallout game. It's not a survival game, it's just a Fallout game with your friends. I'd be a little bit more iffy about it. Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yes.
Right.
But because this is a survival game and they take all those elements and mechanics from Fallout 4 that didn't feel right in that single player game, and it did feel right for a multi. Because how many times were we building settlements? Like we were all building settlements on Fallout 4 at the same time, but we're all in our own games.
Hey, just come look at my Fallout.
Yeah,
look at my settlement.
like, join my share play real quick. I want you to see this.
Yeah.
But now we can actually build together. Like, hey man, I just built this trailer in the back, and we can make Meth back here, or MedX or whatever from Fallout.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I built this giant cool mansion because I'm Jacob and I built all the cool stuff. And Steve's like, hey, I built this cube. I built
the box.
I built the fireplace. We can cook.
Thank you, Steve.
Well,
you're sorry, I interrupted you. Continue your thoughts for a second, but you're basically my second question was, and you're basically answering is, what are we looking more? What is our most anticipated thing about 76 too? So that was the second question. So it's kind of tied in.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wrapping up. I was gonna say, so basically, long story short,
No, you keep going. I just
if
don't
it
want
was
Jacob
if
to
it
move
was
on.
Fallout New Vegas, but it was like, or Fallout 3, if it was like that, but a multiplayer, I'd be like, I don't know about that. But since it's survival, and we've got the settlement builder, and we've got the component collecting, we've got all that stuff, all the stuff that was in Fallout 4, it didn't feel right in that game. But now I think it will feel right in this moment. That's what makes me excited. Now, am I butthurt that we're not getting that single player expansion? If it would have been another Fallout 4 problem, then no, I'm cool with it. But if it would have been something on the caliber of New Vegas, I don't know. Now, that was a special situation because Obsidian made that game, not Bethesda.
Yeah.
I think Bethesda just published it. Then it would be a different story. But until then, no, I'm totally fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, so you're okay with it not being
I'm totally
Fallout
fine with
5?
it as long as we don't get like people exploiting glitches and having to put
Sure.
up with the toxicity of playing with public.
And I think that's probably what most of the people are upset. I think it's that one characteristic, and the one of the videos I watched was, and you can obviously tell the guy's biased in him. He was trying to sound neutral, but he wasn't doing a good job. Sorry, dude. But he basically
random YouTuber.
So, yeah, but his point was, I think a lot of people are upset, and Todd Howard, a lot of people interviewing Todd Howard, he's been saying, well, Todd's not being able to know a straight answer. And finally, a GameSpot guy interviewed him, and he said, yes, there will be no NPCs, there will be no offline.
Well, he said that at E3. He said the only people you're seeing in here are the people
I know,
that you're playing
I
with.
know.
There's no villages, there's no vendors, there's none of that.
None of that. I think that's the biggest thing everybody's upset about is there's no way to do this like with me, you, Steve, Seth,
Right.
offline.
That's a little unfortunate.
And I get that.
But what I love is that they have all the answers for everything in here is in the lore. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a reason we're not seeing settlements.
So yeah, absolutely. That was going to be.
It's too early after Reclamation Day.
Right.
Well, I have the question, so go ahead and you, Steve,
Yeah,
and
Steve,
I'll
you
wrap
go.
up.
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with it being multiplayer. See, whenever I saw Fallout 76, I was very interested. But then when the rumors started swirling about it being online, I initially got worried because I was worried that we were going to get a Fallout version of ESO. I thought they were going to go the MMO route again.
No.
And I was like, please don't. Please do not.
They kind of
Do
got
not,
my
do
wish
not,
halfway
do not.
right. I wanted a co-op experience,
And that's-
not necessarily online.
And they're kind of doing with Fallout what ESO should have been. And that's why I'm like very optimistic about this one. Because I felt like ESO would have been much better if it would have been more of a co-op experience as opposed to an MMO. Now, granted, some people like it. I don't hate it. It's definitely not the worst MMO I've ever played because I've played RuneScape. And
I loved RuneScape.
oh.
Anyways,
I
I really did.
There's a part of me that likes to be able to do things on my own. And the only way I ever see myself getting on Fallout 76 is if you guys are online.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
I don't think I'm ever going to touch it unless I'm like, hey guys, are y'all online?
Yeah.
Which is a bit disappointing to me because, sometimes because when I really want to play a game, I really get that craving and I want to fire it up. And it's good to be able to just say, like for example, with all the Fallout talk, I've been wanting to play Fallout 4 and I'm probably going to fire it back up soon. Brent was playing it the other night and kind of inspired me. And I've got
that itch too.
See me.
I'm like,
I did too.
I don't need it.
I know, right? Like I'm gonna tell you flat out, I'm not playing it without you guys because it's gonna be too much of a risk.
I will.
It's the bad thing. I mean, I'm probably will because I'm gonna be like, hey, when everyone gets on, I need to catch up some leveling or whatever.
Right.
But I'm kind of with you there, Steve, because generally it's like you play an online game like let's use GTA, the most one of the biggest multiplayer games on consoles. It sucks when you play in a public server because it's like you already know. It's like you see someone come towards you, like, oh great, this guy's gonna start shooting.
This guy's attacking.
And there's never, hey, how's it going? My name's Bob. And there's no one's ever nice online.
No. I know.
And especially with chat, no one's ever nice. I never want to be in any kind of public chat.
You have to play Grand Theft Auto and probably Fallout 76 like you're playing World of Warcraft. If you see enemy faction or enemy, like another player, for example, you've got to assume that they want to kill you.
That's just and that's
it's
not
kill
fun.
or be killed.
That's not fun. And it's like whenever it's Reclamation Day, it's like you can't tell me everyone from this vault all wants to kill each other. It's like
I got good points for
I don't really like the story as far as like, you grew up with these people in the vault, but now they want to kill you. I think it would have made more sense if they would have done something like the vault. The people wanted to do an experiment between two different vaults. Yeah, Vault 76A, Vault 76B, and they are destined to not like each other. Kind of create a faction system almost. They're destined to not like each other. They're destined, maybe not so much not like each other, but they're destined to be rivals.
There's a vault like that in New Vegas where there was a blue quarters and a red quarters, and you know what I'm talking about?
Well, not even blue quarters and red quarters. I'm talking
like
like
those filthy reds. They're like all this
kill the red.
And
I think it would have made more sense going out there and being like, okay, is this guy friend or foe? Because now it's like the story supposedly you're part of Vault 76 and here's this person who you probably know, you probably grew up with, and it's just like, I'm gonna kill him.
And he's like,
like that part doesn't make sense. But I love the idea a lot. So I'm not gonna. It's kind of like how I feel about Battle for Azeroth. It's like the story execution. I probably not quite as bad as Battle for Azeroth in my book, but it's like. I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna enjoy the game itself. Like I'm still gonna have fun. I'm probably gonna pretend it's something else in my head.
Gotcha. I want to hear your rebuttal, Jacob.
I don't have a rebuttal. I'm agreeing with all y'all, but I have a rebuttal slightly to what you're talking about with the toxicity in both you guys in GTA. So this is me being, let's say, not so much positive, not naive, because I understand. Optimistic. So, and I make a good point. GTA. Number one, is a huge game worldwide, and it's got a huge player base. Yep. And you got to understand the personality of GTA. GTA really lavishes and puts you into that theme of do whatever you want, have fun, kill cops, do this,
fly
destruction.
An airplane,
they kind of the Satan in your ear. Hey, it's okay. I encourage you to go kill people. Dark Zone. Let's go to Dark Zone. There's been times in the Dark Zone where we've walked up to a crate and guys will go, hey, and we wave back and we're like, all right, we're cool. Yep. Let's go do our thing. Because we know that it's not like, oh, slime curd, I get all the loot. Because I might get murked too, and I might lose my stuff. Now, that's a different theme and gameplay in the Dark Zone. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying the ray of hope that I have is the tones in the Division, albeit the players are still going to be players. There's no consequences behind your TV, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But the Dark Zones, the Division's feel is different than GTA. So the player base does tend to kind of revolve around that theme. So do we have firefights when in the Dark Zone? Absolutely. Did we run into people that were useful and helpful? Yeah. If I was by myself and there was a full squad, they're probably going to murk me. But I've ran into people that were by themselves as well.
It doesn't seem like Fallout 76 so far doesn't give you any kind of
incentive
to
Right.
kill people. In fact, it's just like you die, and it's like an inconvenience.
whatever. So right, and and Todd has made it very very clear that it's going to be very softcore in the sense of your death. You just die, respawn, and you can take your camp and go. All right, well I don't want to play anymore. These guys are over here.
Now I'm gonna go
pack it up, and I'm going home.
I'm going to the beach.
Yeah. So. And then you add in the Fallout universe player base. I don't think they're going to be as griefy. Is there going to be griefing? I'm not. This is where I say I'm not being naive. Yeah, it's going to happen. Do I think it's going to happen in the level of GTA? No. Is it a 56 server? No, it's 24. So it's smaller. And here's what I'm excited about. And this is the thing I agree with you, Steve. I'm glad that it's online. I do miss another good story. But 3, New Vegas, 4. I mean, we're three here. We're still okay. 4 brought. Oh, okay, better yet, 3 was good. Came back out as 3D. You're not 2D.
This is like the No Man's Sky. We're making our own stories.
Yeah. Well, so 3 brought to the table. Hey, this is first person. This is not top down anymore. Okay. New Vegas brings. Hey, guess what? You don't have to use that so much.
You can use iron sights.
This is an intriguing story.
And you can be a jerk. And, and you're not. There's no prehistory. There's no history with your character.
Yep.
You are 100%.
just jumped into it.
You make your character what you want.
4 brings in settlement building. So each time the Fallout universe brought something new, if they'd have brought a 5 with something new, that'd been good. But I really don't know what they could have brought.
I don't think it's time for a sequel.
Well, not so much a sequel, just another single-player Fallout experience.
Right.
So I think this is a good move into the online. However, I agree with you. I think it should have maybe been a 4-player co-op. But I agree. I'm glad they didn't make it the MMO route, and this is where I think, like you said, survival is a good word. Because survival sim, not MMO. Because how many times did we talk about on ESO? We were like, we couldn't get in. Like Skyrim, you were the Dovahkiin. I am. You were playing the opening night. You always talk about how you had your window open. It was winter. You got immersed in that Skyrim feel. In ESO, hey, vestige, come to my cave. And here comes 70 other vestiges who are the chosen ones.
That's kind of what happened with World of Warcraft and Legion, where you're supposed to be the head of your order hall.
With this, it's like,
and here's Tyrion left you the Ashbringer. You are now the Ashbringer, and you turn around. There's like 40 Ashbringers.
You see a bunch of dudes with Ashbringer, like,
hey, we got something.
No,
and then you see somebody walk in with an Ashbringer that's so much better than yours, and you're just like,
well, this story is like literally, the vault's open. See you later.
Now I like that a lot,
and so
that lets you tell the story.
The story
like I
makes
said,
sense.
the lore fixes all the problems.
Absolutely.
Why you're not seeing people, why you're not seeing towns, why you're seeing these creatures you haven't seen before, why there's vegetation.
Now, do I think there needed to be a story in it? No, I don't think so. And here's my thing with the Fallout universe, but this is a Jacob thing, not a universal, and I'll aim with this. But what I enjoyed about Fallout was exploration. What's that in the background? Bro, there's a cave here. It's a vault, dude.
The nuke codes might be in there.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
This game, and that's what it is. This game is highly incentivized around going and exploring. How many times they talked about so many different places?
And dude, you never know. They might do DLC.
And so the lore.
And they're saying this map is 4 times bigger than Fallout 4?
Than 4, yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to. The story for me in Fallout universe was always the cherry on top.
Yep.
It wasn't that revolved. And there's so many guys that are like,
it's usually
the story. It's so great.
The universe.
The story's not bad.
It's the universe that it said.
Yeah, and this is what that's why for me personally, I am super stoked about 76.
Well, oh man, you gotta make one play Fallout.
Stoked.
So
I've been playing New Vegas a lot too.
I want to see other vaults too. I don't want 76 to be the only vault.
I'm sure you're gonna.
And I sure hope that you run into other vaults.
My only gripe would be though, sorry Steve, would be and that's what I was trying to get away from my point. Mm-hmm. Do I need to see a story in this game? No, because it won't make sense. Because then you're having the ESO mentality. But do I at least like to see a handful of NPCs? Like I get why explaining.
You're probably gonna see Scorched. There's gonna be the Scorched. That's the people. They're in New Vegas.
That's right.
You're gonna see the Scorched. You're gonna see people who went mad. You're not gonna see raiders.
Yeah.
You're gonna see like
they haven't had time to become raiders.
You're gonna see crazy humans. You're gonna see super mutants.
Okay.
You're gonna see.
I didn't know that. I didn't know we were gonna be seeing the. I forgot about the Scorched.
You're gonna see feral ghouls. You're gonna see all kinds of creatures.
Because it would make no sense if all the humanity
you're not gonna see.
left.
You're not gonna see
all
like
of West
Brotherhood
Virginia
or anything like that. You're not gonna see Brotherhood. You're not gonna see any factions.
No, and that's okay. I'm alright with that. It hasn't had time to develop yet. It's only 20 years.
It's 20 years after.
So, anyways.
Now I'll tell you what though, with the map being so large, and there only being, a dozen or so. How many people are going to be in a server?
24 max.
24. Like, how are we going to run into anybody?
Battle Royale though.
No, you're gonna run into people because there's gonna be
Things to collect.
things. It's like, hey, there's something.
Someone just nuked Charleston.
True.
Yeah, Charleston got nuked, so there's a bunch of good stuff here. Better go get it. Grab your power armor, everyone. Oh, I didn't get a fusion core. Well, better go find a fusion core at the fusion core place. Oh no, there's people at the fusion core place. That's how they're gonna.
Okay, I see.
Right.
Well, then putting it in that perspective, that does make a little bit more sense. I kind of wish there was a little bit more people. I think 24 is a little small for how vast the world's going to be.
Is it though?
For me,
think about it. There's only 30. There's only 30 in GTA.
I'm going to play. True.
And GTA is probably a bigger map,
True.
considering you have vehicles.
Okay. Then it's probably not going to be so bad.
So that's where I come into, like, I'll play by myself, because with 24 people I can handle
True,
myself
you're right.
okay on my own a little bit, and if I get killed, there's no consequences for
Just
it.
respawn you.
And if he keeps griefing me, all right, whatever, I'll shut it down and wait for people to get on. Whatever. I can play around not having to have an offline.
And who knows? Maybe people will just be nice, like, hey, you want to join our group?
And that's what that was my Dark Zone reference.
Maybe Korg. Someone will be like, Korg, hey man, want to join our group? Hey, we're gonna steal some power armor. Want to come?
Hey, we're
was
going
the
to sell some power armor.
What was the little sidekick dude in the
I forget.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's alive.
But anyway, I think we're
Probably
done.
not figuring it out from Router.
That's a good
Very good.
that's a good topic, man.
Now, one last thing that I want to add about this. So, I'm proud of Bethesda for going through the West Virginia lore very, very deep and bringing out some of those like West Virginia
Mothman.
characters. Those
It was terrifying.
folklore.
He's gonna stalk
Everything
you at
looks
night.
terrifying.
Okay?
Frick.
Hey, y'all listening to me? Bethesda, I know you watch us. Here's what I need. Not right now, obviously, because we're busy on Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls 6. Rougarou. I want to see the Rougarou.
From New Orleans.
I want to see a Louisiana-based Fallout, and I want the
Who knows,
Rougarou.
man? I mean, if this
The Swamp Man.
Skunk monkey.
think about it. I mean, if this is a game as a service and it's online like GTA always puts out new stuff. They may do the same thing. Who knows?
Maybe just do caps cards. I'm alright with that.
I don't know about that. But anyway,
You want your Megalodon Caps card?
Megalodon.
Megalodon?
You Scorch
You
Beast.
want your Deathclaw card?
Deathclaw.
Anyway, let's go to side quest real quick. I had something I wanted to talk about real quick.
Sure.
Does anyone else have side
I don't
quests?
have.
Side quests?
I watched Justice League. If you're out there and you're on the fence, give it a try. Is it terrible? No. Is it Marvel
decent.
quality?
It's decent.
No.
No.
If you go in the inspection, I'm gonna compare it to the Infinity War. Then don't.
This is like it's
You're already
like a
setting yourself
McDonald's
up.
burger. It's cheap, but it gets the job done.
yeah. So I really enjoyed it. And Wonder Woman's a BA.
Quick, I wanted to talk about this real quick.
Alright.
I was thinking about this in my in my truck. I was like, you know, and not in a bad way. I don't mean this in a negative way. I still like Star Wars. I love Star Wars, and I always will. I think I'm done with it.
Really?
I think I'm just over it.
I am too. I've been there.
Like, not in a bad way. Like, anytime a new game comes out, I'm just like, whatever. 1313 was the biggest Star Wars game I was looking forward to. And it's not.
You talking about gaming or just Star Wars in general?
In the movies too, like
Yeah.
Han Solo's like one of my favorite characters. He got his own movie, his own prequel, and I don't care.
You know, I hadn't been really hyped about it either.
They're like, episode 9 is gonna be incredible. I'm like, you know, I really don't care.
I've yet to see Rogue One. I've yet to see Solo. And I've yet to see 8.
Rogue One's an incredible
And
movie.
I heard they're all great. And I'm glad you brought this up. And I'm not just because
Well,
I'm
you
like,
haven't
seen-
agree with Brandon. Agree with
You haven't seen
Brandon.
8 yet? It's on Netflix now, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I'm like,
Watch it.
part of my crutch is my wife, and we like to kind of do the movies together. So we do all the Marvel movies together. She's never been a big fan of Star Wars, so it's kind of me on my own.
And it's not that. It's not
But
like
I'm
so-
kind of just like
She might like
I've seen
episode
it.
8. Julie loved episode 8.
Episode 8 goes in some pretty
No, I
bold.
heard it. I heard
It
it's
goes in
good.
some pretty bold
Yeah.
directions, but like, It's not that. It's not that I'm unhappy with it. Or
Gaming,
anything.
merchandise.
I'm just like, I feel like it's
Everything.
overdone. I feel like it used to be like, man, remember when we found out that Star Wars Episode 7 was coming out? We were like, oh my god, this is the coolest. It's back. Star Wars is back.
Yeah.
The last time we ever saw a Star Wars movie, we were like in elementary school, you know, like
Episode 1.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
When Episode 3 came out, I was like hardly in middle school. And or maybe I was in middle school.
I was in 9th grade, so you're in 8th.
Okay, so I was in middle school, and like after that, it just felt like nothing came out for Star Wars except for video games.
Right.
And then now it's like we get a movie, we get a side story, we get a movie, we get a side story. You got Battlefront games, you've got all kinds of like mobile games and stuff. I feel like it's so overdone. And I was in my truck, I was thinking about the Solo movie. I was like, I kind of want to go see it just so I can see it. And I was like, no. I'm just gonna wait for it to come out, like, for
That's
cheap.
what I'm doing.
I'm not really concerned. I love Han Solo. I love the Millennium Falcon. I love Lando. I love Chewie. I love the smuggler thing. I love everything about it. I'm just like, whatever.
I honestly think this is the every. It's a new generation, and Uncle Mickey's like, here's Star Wars. Here's Star Wars. Papa Mickey gonna give you some money. Here you go. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of. I don't want to make a big discussion out of it, but I'm just kind of like I'm done.
I feel you. I really do, to be honest. As big, and I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt, ironically, but it's just. I think the thing that's really doing it in for me are the entitled fanboys, and I just don't know why, but for some reason they're ruining.
They want to remake
Star Wars.
They want to remake Episode 8. You see that? There's a Kickstarter for it. And
Here's the thing: Episode 8 was not that bad. Fight me if you disagree.
Maybe
with
that's
okay,
why.
Here's the thing. I'm very reasonable. If you disagree with me, that's fine. If you disagree with me to the point to where you're going to attack me, fight me. I don't. Let's go. I'll take you outside. Whatever. But
Spank that booty.
The biggest problem
Literally,
for me
I'll put
though
pants
is
down
that it's just they ruin it for me. Like now when I think about Star Wars, I think about these entitled fanboys.
The negativity that goes.
Y'all know what they
attached
did?
to
Y'all
it.
know what they did to the girl that played the Asian girl? And,
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
bullied her off of Instagram because they didn't like her
Well,
character.
I like the characters. I love all the I like Rey. I like Finn. I like that character.
I liked her a lot.
She was okay. I mean, she just didn't have a lot of screen time.
Her okay, I'll agree.
We can't talk about it because he hasn't seen it. But I don't. It's not that I don't like anything about it. It's just I don't look forward to it anymore.
I don't either.
I'm just kind of like, if they were like, hey, we're bringing Star Wars 1313 back, I'd be like, okay, I'm a little interested in that.
Yeah, me too.
But other than that, I'm like,
I've given up on Star Wars games, to be honest. Every time, as long as EA holds on to it, I'm just gonna say.
But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. That's something that was on my mind.
I agree.
Because when I heard about that Kickstarter, I was like, well, who really
good
cares
point.
anymore?
Yeah.
They're so ridiculous.
It's something that that was set like way back in the day. It's like, man, these people, they can't do this. It was made in the 70s.
Yeah.
People, I mean, Carrie Fisher's gone. You can't do anything else with it. I mean, you can use her likeness and like animated stuff, but you can't make the movies with her anymore.
Nope.
But anyway, that was just something I want to talk about. Thanks so much for watching the show, or listening if you're listening to us on our RSS feeds. Click here for other things. I'm Brandon,
I'm Jacob.
I'm Steven.
and we will see you next week.